if you know anything about Mamiya.
I believe we've heard stories about this already.
Have you? What do you know of it?
I've
Don't
That
definitely
it's
have
the
also.
ground up powder of mummies made into a drug.
Yep, that's exactly what it is.
Oh,
I thought
And
you just wanted
apparently
to eat
there are
mummy.
some side effects.
Like death.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
undeath, clearly. Maybe I should stay and
Like,
help them with this problem.
If you, wait,
you,
what?
you need a summer job, right?
Well, I do have this whole oath against undead that Arthur keeps telling me about.
It's
He's
your
telling you
oath. You
about it?
can break it any time. You just can't ever take it back.
Oh, I know that. But wait, what's going on with him? He's half undead?
She closes the door in your face.
Well, that was
Whatever.
let's go get something to eat, guys. I'm telling you, I'm famished.
Are you stopping in the gift shop on the way out?
Sure.
absolutely.
They have like lots of vials of honey that's like 2,000 years old, and there's not really any food here, although they do
How
have
much
like an
is
edible
2,000-year-old honey?
floral arrangement where all the leaves are like made out of, I don't know, chocolate and fruits.
How much is the 2,000-year-old honey?
It's 10 gold pieces for one canister.
I will.
Just to be clear, that sounds ridiculously high.
I
Platinum,
have a 6 wisdom right now.
platinum inflation.
I love the idea that you become an anti-paladin not because you break your oath against the undead or you wish to hurt people, but because you cause the economic collapse of an entire country. Abadar's like, the gods sit in judgment of you, Charos. You have crushed the Osirian economy with your horrible, unordered ways. We cast thee down.
Did you say 1,000 or 100?
What? It's 10 gold
It-
pieces.
Oh, sorry.
10! 1,000 gold pieces for a canister of honey?
Yes,
That
yes.
better be the best fucking honey in existence.
It is now 1,000 gold pieces, and platinum inflation has begun.
It is magical honey.
It better, like...
It is the honey of space bees. 1 spoonful to sleep, 3 to die.
It's masterwork fucking honey. You put it in Sue syrup, and the Sue syrup becomes a hero's feat.
Oh, gee.
All right.
Wow, that actually would be really cool to like have Heroes Feast potion, like Heroes Feast in a can, or like you pop an ornament. It's basically just like honey. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You buy some honey and do you eat this honey? Are you really gonna? Sit
Hell
down
no, he's not eating my honey.
Nah, the Pruitt will save us money. He wants to go get some of that kale.
I want to get some kale too. I love eating my vegetables. This hat is so big for me. What's
Let's
that
go.
over there? What's
Let's
that?
go, Arthur Cat. Let's go eat some kale.
Okay, you go back. There's a man in like Abadarn robes with the crossbow sigil on his like cloak, and he seems to be standing outside like with the crossbow out, nervously waiting for somebody. Like looking around, he's like, "Huh."
Hey, you, Abadar person. You're
God
god
damn it, Ash,
good
what'd you
with
do this
commerce,
time?
right?
He looks towards you and is like, "I'm sorry, I did not catch that. What is it?"
Your people are good with commerce, right?
He's like, "My gods, are you a tree?"
Yep, sure am.
He's like, fantastic. Are you an animated object or are you a living tree?"
Pretty sure I'm alive.
This bears deep liturgical response from Abadar's first vault. It would be interesting to see if there was a copy of you inside. Oh, I'm sorry. Sometimes I get so wrapped up in the theology. Where are my manners? I am First Scout Hephaestus. What can I do for you?
Do you happen to know how I can get into the Pesh market here?
He says, Pesh is illegal in most countries, and it is horrible for you. I would suggest you do not use it.
Well, I think it's pretty groovy, and so far it's been pretty rad.
He's like, I believe that Pesh will have terrible consequences for its usage if you continue to use it. I suggest that you find a suitable deity, may I suggest Abadar, and pray to him for the internal spiritual guidance that you might need, instead of seeking the cheap pleasures of Pesh.
You're not really helping me out here, dude.
He reaches into like his side pack and pulls out like a pamphlet, like, who is Abadar? Abadar is the god of civilization and money. He is a lawful deity. And like we see this like picture of Abadar, and like coins are dropping from his hands onto people. He is like, as long as you follow Abadar, your money will grow, just like you.
Making it rain.
Well, thanks. I'm gonna get some kale.
He's like, excellent. You should give up your pesh addiction and eat more kale. And then, like, you enter, and from the outside we see him go, wait, is that cannibalism? Where are you during this conversation, Esh?
I'm with Sir Charles. Would you have been with him as well?
So, like, now that he's not distracted, he sees you, Esh, and he starts adjusting his crossbow, and he's like, Miss, can I speak with you for a moment?
Yes.
And he pulls out something else from his side pack, and he's like, my apologies. I am First Scout Hephaestus of the Temple of Abadar. The priesthood there wished to convey this apology letter. Could you please just sign for it? He holds up, like a marker indicating that you have, in fact, received the package.
I'll sign.
Okay. He's like, have a good day, and may Abadar's light shine down on us all.
And now Esh has been served and must go to court.
So, I mean, you have the letter. Charles is, of course, carrying Venny. I think before he goes, he's like, why don't you drop that man by our temple? He looks very, very ill.
Well, we have just left the Temple of Pharasma.
He's like, ah, of course. Now I understand why you're still carrying a sick man with you.
Let him
Oh,
die.
and the church wars begin again.
What's interesting is that the boneyard is actually on top of Abadar's axis and spire. Right? So the boneyard spire is built atop the tallest building in Axis, which is Abadar's homeworld. And the boneyard is Pharasma's homeworld. So
I read the letter.
okay, it's an apology letter steeped in extremely formal legalese, but it sums down to the priesthood of Abadar having dismissed the doctor last week, who was visiting on sabbatical from Ustalov, for speaking down to you and for irritating you because you were evil. And that people of all faiths that are non-chaotic are all allowed at the Abadar Temple, and that the paladins have been informed to allow your presence there. And the letter also serves as one free bout of healing or low-level spellcrafting services from them. As an apology for the harassment against you. And then it's like, with the deepest condolences of the High Priesthood of Abadar, the 12 apologize on behalf of the Doctor. I'm actually surprised no one pointed this out last week, but I mean, he was getting pretty preachy about the good versus evil thing. Now you're just holding the letter there, Ash.
I put it in my backpack. And
Okay, now you've put the backpack in your letter. Are you
backpack
and
in your
Benny and
letter?
Charles all going inside?
Yes.
No choice.
Okay. Oh my god, you're like, I have no choice.
We're gonna go prop Vinny up against a window.
Against the jukebox?
No, against the window.
Oh, here we go. Now it's the beginning of Weekend at Benny's.
Yeah, put his sunglasses on him, and yeah.
Sunglasses and a hat.
Oh God.
I've got it all already.
Oh, the puns. We're starting late, but we're starting strong.
Excellent.
Oh, now the mirror shades are out. Oh.
Yep. I got my glasses. I got my hat. I got my slumped over wave.
I'm good, guys.
High five.
So fun.
We got the How I Met Your Mother. The weekend. And they like to recreate Weekend at Benny's over and over again. Weekend at Bernie's, sorry. Weekend at Barney's.
Oh, I remember that.
Yep.
It's been a while.
Yep. So, what's the plan here?
The plan.
Roll a bit.
Give Benny a couple days to sleep it off, I thought.
The plan is for Vinny to drool in the corner.
I don't think I'm gonna sleep off Phil Speeder.
No, we're gonna fix that.
I can't say that though, so never mind.
Not metagaming, James.
I have to fix that later. We've got to get you back to conscious first.
Kale.
Yeah, you get some kale.
Why is it always kale?
I'm gonna drop a couple fucking gold on Kale.
Yeah, okay. You get lots and lots of kale.
So much
The
Kale.
bartender comes up. He is like, "Yes, my large tree friend, you have made me very wealthy indeed. You have helped fund the startup of this kale business."
You could
Putting
help.
my kid through college.
He's like, "Do you mind if I use your face in the promotional material?"
Jolly green tree.
He like, you know how some people like they wave their hand and daggers come down their sleeve? He waves his hand and a contract comes out, and down the other sleeve comes a pen. He's like, "Do you mind if I use your face on promotional materials? T-shirts, kale smoothie cups."
Kind of kickback do I get here?
He's like, "Oh, kickback, of course. How did I not realize?" He's like, "Don't your people not need gold?"
We love
Seems
gold.
like everything else works with gold here.
He's
So
like,
why not me?
I might need to reconsider this contract then. What kind of
think you
kickback
will.
were you looking for?
Let's go with.
How do you even understand the concept of kickback if you didn't even know what gold was last week?
I've been here
Been a
for a
long week.
few years,
He's a fast learner.
especially being around that Vinny guy.
I love the idea of flashbacking and Benny's like explaining interest rates to you and like compounding
He's
numbers.
got like charts.
So
And then
it
he's, like,
always
showing you how to
takes
stab
place
someone.
like it's always when like Esh and Charles are like having a conversation on camera. The flashbacks are always like around the corner from that conversation. You still hear it going on, and Eddie's just like, and look at the abacus. Look how many numbers are on the left side.
I was thinking about 35%.
He's like 35%. I have 6 children to feed.
Better feed him cheap.
All you
He's
can eat
just like,
kale. All you
this
can
is
eat kale.
ridiculous. 35% for promotional materials. No, this is robbery. 2%. 2.
I'm the face selling your stuff. 35.
He says, fine, very well. I go up to 4.
30. Fine.
He's like, 30? You drop to 30?
You
His
come
wife
up to
comes
4?
on and is like, what are you talking about? Why are you shouting the word 35, 30? And he is just like speaking Osirian to her. He's like, woman, get back in the kitchen. I have to negotiate with the giant tree thing. And she's like, are you still trying to get the giant tree to do your business? The giant tree is too smart for you. He's an adventurer. And the
Giant
man
tree.
is like, fortunately, the tree cannot understand you back-talking to me. And his wife is like, back-talking to you? I'm not your slave, I'm your wife. Everybody in the bar is laughing at this point because they all speak Osirian.
And so do I.
Tell you what. 20% last number.
He's like, no deal.
Then no deal.
All right, his wife grabs him by the ear and drags him back into the kitchen, and he's like, "Carol!" as he goes back there. The green giant.
So much kale. He's just
marketing.
gonna start nomming down.
Yeah, I mean, you've got like basically a bucket full of kale smoothie in front of you.
Serious business.
Yep. All right. So what's the plan? You're gonna just wait the night out then? Or are you doing anything else with your time?
DePruit's not.
Okay.
Well, I think Ash is also content to try and get over her.
Yeah, I think it's time to spring something. I just want to check in on Charles real quick. What are you doing, Charles?
Laughing at the conversation between DePruit and the bar
Oh yes,
manager.
of course. But what about after that? What are your plans for the rest of the day?
I thought this was afternoon, evening already.
Yep, it is.
I'm gonna go find some place that serves meat and vegetables fried in some sort of lard and or oil. You know, food that's tasty rather than green.
Ah, you know what?
We still haven't found that other bar that, other inn that has the delicious food and yeah.
Let me see where you head to. I'm gonna use the random generator. Last time I was like, "There's no something at this bar," and then I used the random generator, and there was like 3 fucking instances of that object there, and I was like, "Wow, that's super random. How the fuck did that happen?" All right, random inn generator. Boom. You are looking for a good inn. Patronage, adventurers. You find an inn called the Wench and Flagon. It is
All right.
a 2-story sandstone walled building with a large cellar. The innkeeper is a kind male elf named Fincha, where they serve lamb, mutton, crayfish, sausage, pheasant.
Done.
They've got all sorts of garlic and cheese dips, glasses of port, tankards of beer, whiskey. Yep, you spend your
So-
days there.
Basically, I'm telling DePruit to watch our friend in the corner.
Yep, sure. Nom, nom.
I love how all the patrons are all evil.
Are they really?
Yep, all the randomly generated patrons are evil.
Oh, this is perfect.
So what happens is a very middle-aged elven woman who is slender with blonde hair and amber eyes, with a longsword on her back and a dagger. So if you've ever seen those like seal daggers that like hang straight down like this, like hilt down so they can get at them really easily, she's got like the sword on her back and like the dagger here so she can withdraw both her weapons very quickly. She sits next to you and she's like, "My name's Luthile. Mind if I sit next to you?"
Not at all.
I think that's where we like zoom out and fast forward through you and her getting a bunch of drinks together.
And I wake up in the corner somewhere with no money.
No,
With one
no,
kidney.
no.
Oh, I wake up in the bathtub with ice, no kidney.
Can you make a charisma check real quick?
Average.
Yeah, okay, that's not good enough to get her as a contact. Yeah, so you have a good night with Luthile. She seems to be a great drinking partner. But
So I'm
I
gonna
think,
ask.
like right before the end of the night, you're like, "And I'm a paladin," and she's like, "Oh, is that so?" And then like you look away for 1 minute, and when you look back, there's no one sitting in her chair anymore. We cut back in time.
I'm hearing come back after the fall.
We cut back in time to Ash, a rather tanned-looking elf wearing no shirt comes into the Tooth and Hookah, and is like, "Where is my little dove? Where is Ash?" He's like dancing through the crowd. No one else is dancing, and there's no music, but he's like dancing all over the place. He's like, "Ithran is here."
And does anyone come up to my room and tell me of this?
Nope.
I'm so happy I'm not there right now.
Alright, so, yeah, DePruit. You see this guy down there, he's like, "Ash, come out, where are you, my turtle dove?"
He'll throw some kale at him. You're like,
So, like, you throw kale, you hit him in the chest with the kale, and he's like, what the hell?
that's
What
what
is
I'm
this?
asking about
Who
you.
throws kale?
Who
He's
throws
like,
kale
I
in a
cannot
smoothie?
believe you would get that disgusting vegetable on my well-oiled pecs. I'm
Vegetable?
looking for my girlfriend, Esh. I don't suppose you've seen her around here. She's a member of the Platinum Reclamation, don't you know?
He'll take some more kale, like at the mention of oil pecs, and like rub it on his pecs, and like eat it.
I think at that point, he definitely tries to, like, punch you in the face.
Okay.
Is a 14 gonna hit?
Nope.
Okay, yeah, he just starts swinging at you, and, like, every time he hits you, he's like, that's not a costume, is it? Ah,
Nope.
ha! Alright, he's like, fine,
Living
time to
tree.
get serious then. You want to rub the kale on me? He starts pulling out alchemist fires. He's like, you want me to rub this on you, Mr. Branches?
I don't know. Does it taste good?
He's like, here, why don't you put it in your mouth and find out?
Dip some kale in it. Nom nom nom.
You realize as soon as you open it, it explodes, right?
Nope.
Okay. But do you open it?
Sure.
So he hands it to you, expecting you to do something other than open it. He sees you starting to open it, and he like ducks underneath the table, and he starts screaming, "Get down!" You literally explode an alchemist fire in your fucking face. You roll a d6,
Sure.
and then roll another d6 because you're gonna be on fire for a round. Yeah. So it definitely explodes. It's right in your face, and like we've got the blown back comic look where like your face is covered in soot and like all of your tree branches are back blasted and everything is all like shriveled on the end of your branches because they're all blackened by the flame.
Oh my god.
And he is like, I am out of here. This is ridiculous. I just came here to see my girl and I'm attacked by a tree who tries to put his junk on me. Ithran does not roll that way, bro. Ithran out. And he starts dancing out. He's like, yeah, Ithran out. The
That did not turn
bartender
out so
like
well.
comes back out and he's like, you, tree, you're out of here. Leave. You're gone for the night.
What?
No one opens vials of alchemist fire in the middle of my bar. That table is destroyed.
Here, have a gold. Replace it.
He's like, it's at least 5 gold to replace it.
Oh, bullshit.
Okay, it's 3 gold.
How's about 2?
Okay, I take it.
I love that the Prude is now just like bargaining on everything.
He's learning.
Shut up, Vinny. You're not here right now.
He's like, okay, you get free kale smoothie with that purchase.
Thank you.
Tables.
Can I have that now?
Yeah, he gets you the kale smoothie right immediately.
So he's
When
gonna
you
down
start
that.
drinking it, like your face is still steaming from all the heat coming off of it.
So he's gonna down that, take another hit of Pesh, and then go to bed.
Oh man, I love the idea of someone opening up a vial of alchemist fire.
In the middle of a bar.
Yeah.
Dipping kale into it and then trying to eat the kale. We must.
I feel like Tyrion
Dip
Lannister
kale
would be proud about you, man. Hashtag Battle of the Blackwater.
Shadow of the Fox says Venny would be so proud if he was conscious.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Vinny will hear about this later.
Speaking of Venny, you're gonna need to make a bunch of rolls, Venny, and they're all 4
Oh,
saves, and
no.
none of them are good.
I need to
Okay.
take him up to bed when I go up, I guess.
Yep, you drag him up there.
Okay.
How many saves?
You need to make one against your addiction, so go ahead and make that one first. All right, can you roll 1d2? You take 2 constitution damage.
Oh yeah.
All right, can you roll another fort save versus filth fever?
Nope.
All right. Can you roll 1d3 and 1d3? You take 2 dex damage and 1 con damage.
That's
So
hard.
overnight, you're going to heal 1 in all your ability scores. So
Are
what
we
does that bring you back up to?
tonight?
Well, I'll be.
Your wisdom should at least be 1, so you should be conscious. But unintelligible. You'll basically be little more than an animal. What is your con at now? Probably
11.
Not great. Oh,
Yeah, 11.
well, you're fine-ish.
I'm very resilient.
Says the
I'm a
guy.
survivor.
I love
I'm a
the idea
survivor,
that-
right?
I love that you're like, I'm resilient, and then we see like all these disease counters on you. And it's like, no, I don't think you know what resilient means, friend.
You keep using that word.
Survivor, I can see. Resilient, perhaps not so much. All right, you get through the night. You wake up the next morning. Let me ask,
Yeah.
Charles, how did you feel about this woman that you're speaking with? Her name again? Oh, I closed it. Jethale.
Well, that is a good question. Let's see. Given we didn't get to that point, we jumped back over.
Yeah. We should jump back over there and see what the conversation was like. So, she was like constantly getting you to like drink more. She was like, "Oh, I just took a shot. You're one behind me."
I think she is perfectly fine.
I don't know what that role was, but
Sense motive.
yeah, she seems like a great
She's
woman.
fucking great, dude.
Yeah, she's
Best
like
night of my life.
she is, I wouldn't say flirty exactly, not in like a,
Come to the bedroom kind of way.
90s bar scene kind of way. But she is like interested in being around you. She's constantly asking you about like violent things.
You mean like most of my life?
Yeah. I think that's probably why she's so like attracted to you. She's like, yeah, the other day I had to stab some guy in the guts over an issue, and you probably say something like,
Oh man, you missed the fight with the skeletons earlier?
she's like, that's so interesting. Skeletons. Yeah, I see a couple of those in my line of work.
Or the scarab swarm that got blown to pieces with 10 alchemist fire, or
She's
10
like,
oils,
oh,
alchemist fire.
you encountered scarabs as well. I happen to be a acquisitions agent. I've
What
been
sort-
spending a lot of time in the Necropolis.
Ah, same here. Same here.
It's like, yeah, I think we might be in the same line of work.
Give or take a few friendly folks.
I love the idea that she's like, and I'm a thief, and you're a thief too, and you're like, I'm a paladin, and you're probably a warrior. Yeah, so that's how that conversation goes.
Except we aren't saying the paladin warrior.
Yeah, not until the
thing
end of
out
the night
loud.
where you're like, I'm a paladin, and she's like, well, I'm gone.
Well, I gotta go. It was nice meeting you.
I feel like afterwards we're gonna have the stereotyped '90s. If you saw that Black Widow SNL skit, she's like outside on the roof crying, and she's like, "Why are all the good ones always so good?"
Oh, just wait, because in a book or two, when she comes back into play, it's gonna be so much
I
fun.
love the idea that you like remember this girl, and as soon as you turn, you're like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna seek her out.
I have to find her.
She will be my waifu."
I don't know about all that, but she might be good for cannon fodder.
Really? You're gonna like get leadership, take her as your third level.
I didn't say that. Now
Hey,
you-
baby, how would you like to serve as a nameless cohort in my army? You
Oh, you
don't
won't-
even get the honor of being like my named cohort.
Oh, she'll have a name, but she probably won't last very long.
All right, so I think we wake up the next morning. Benny, you're basically an animal at this point, so you're like, but you're alive and horribly sickened. You've thrown up everywhere around you. You appear to have been reaching for your fire whiskey
Including-
flask all night, but you don't know
Including
where
on
it
the
is.
fruit.
So what are the rest of you doing?